how's it been for you? The talent and the communication don't really overlap. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're normally good sooner. Yeah. Yeah, imagine that. That's the best one. Super old video. Oh, well. Good morning. Welcome to Saturday Morning Comic Talk on a Sunday. And we are here live at LA Comic Con. And I'm starting my tour of the floor at Superbad Action Figures. And we have the owner of Superbad Action Figures right here. So, good morning, Tim. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
So, tell us a little bit about your company. I know you've been around for a while, but give us a little bit of the history.
Well, action figures have kind of been my thing since I was a little kid. So, as a kid, I was collecting like 70s G.I. Joe 12-inch 1/6 scale figures. And that was my passion and my love until I discovered girls. Then it went away until I got into my like 20s, 30s. And then I started collecting again, and that collecting turned into, like most guys, it turns into a passion and a hobby, then an addiction. And next thing you know, you have too many figures and nowhere to put them, too many statues, nowhere to put them, and it was time to, like, you know, either start getting rid of my stuff or find a place, a permanent home for my stuff.
Yeah.
And the only logical thing, man, because I've been a retailer for like 30 years, I was like, okay, well, I had another business, so the unit came available next door. I took it, and I said, I'm moving all my stuff in there, and I'm letting the general public see my collection, and I'm going to start selling stuff. And it just kind of took off from there.
Yeah, I remember I found you in Redlands. You had the reptile store, and you had your store right next door, and it's just kind of, at that point, I think I was in the same boat. I had stopped collecting because, again, where's the room?
That's it.
And I saw that. It's like, holy shit. I was collecting, you know, the toys you find at Target and all that kind of stuff. And then I see these beautiful hot toys and high-end statues like, oh, damn, I got to rethink my collection. Because, you know, if you want to make your wife want to display something, she doesn't want to display some Target G.I. Joe figure. But when you have this beautiful statue, and we'll do the full tour of this booth when I'm done, so you can just see what he's got. It, you know, it's something that even she can get behind. And yeah, it's just, you've always had such great displays. You're found at Frankensons now. So what days do you operate at Frankensons?
Wednesdays are evening hours, 3 to 9.
Yeah.
And 9 p.m. Saturday is morning, so it'll be 9 to 6 on Saturdays, 10 to 5 on Sundays.
Okay.
Every week.
So you can find him every week at Frankensons. He's got a huge collection there, and the best place to do your pre-orders. You want to make sure you do the pre-orders from Superbad, and you get the slight discount, and you get them because a lot of times they'll sell out during pre-order, and you get it guaranteed. Because if you don't pre-order it and it sells out, well, guess what? You're going to pay the up price, and that's, you know, you gotta be quick on that.
That is one of the main things that we try to like get people to do is to pre-order, because no one wants to pay a secondary market price on any of their collectibles. It's literally the biggest pain in the butt when you're collecting backwards. You're going after collectibles that came out a year, 2, 3, 4, 10 years ago, and they've increased in value.
Yeah.
And you can't find them at a good price anymore. So pre-ordering is the way to basically cut that line.
Yeah.
Get the best price as you can, with just a little bit of money down.
Yeah.
Secures your stuff for the year.
Yeah, and I've pre-ordered for you plenty. Right now, I've kind of stopped buying statues because my focus has moved into the comic book, and that's all my extra money is getting thrown that way. But when you need a pre-order, and when I need my next pre-order, I know where to go. You can go in, and do you have a website or anywhere that people can pre-order from?
We don't have an e-commerce website. For security purposes, we have a lot of fraudulent transactions go down in the last 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
So we kind of got away from e-commerce and shifted it into buying through social media. So if you connect through social media and you have a valid profile, you're less of a risk basically for us to sell to, because we all know this is high-end items and there's a lot of figure statue swapping. I know that your listeners may not know what that is, and I won't for them with it.
Mhm.
But it just basically means that there are a lot of unscrupulous people in this world that see this as an opportunity
Yeah.
to make a lot of money, and they'll find broken pieces, buy new ones online, and then swap them.
Oh, wow.
And it was we got up to about 30 grand in fraud one year. So
Oh, wow.
that's it.
That makes sense. I
So
completely understand that.
we don't get enough stock to actually, we're not getting hundreds or thousands of these pieces. So we don't have back stock to set up and just keep that going on.
Yeah.
So we only have a limited amount of pieces, and we're selling them out through our store at Frankincense Collectible Show and through all the conventions that we're doing all over the country. So people see us, they get our card, they go to social media, they check us out, they hit us up, they DM us, and they go, "Hey, can I buy one of these?" And it's real simple. Do it that way. And then we ship it out.
Yeah. And that's a great way to do it. Avoids the fraud, and you know what you're getting. When you buy from Superbad, you know you're getting something legit.
Yes.
They're not going to sell you bootlegs. They're not going to sell you pretending to be new figures. I mean, it's going to be new. It's going to be supported by Sideshow. So if there is something wrong, he can send it directly back to Sideshow, get you those replacements. You can avoid the shipping and, go pick them up directly at his booth at Frank & Sons, which is a great thing because shipping keeps going up, but you want to go pick them directly up. If you live in the Southern California area, it's your best way to do it. So what's the future? What other cons are you going to be hitting up in the next few months?
We're getting approached by some of the biggest conventions in the country right now. A lot of them we're not at liberty to say which ones because we're in these negotiations right now.
Got it.
With these companies. But I could say that we will be hitting the East Coast,
Okay.
to the West Coast, and the Midwest.
Nice.
So all that's getting put together this year. I can tell you the shows we're 100% going to be at, which are, we're always here at LA Comic Con. We're always at the Monster shows in LA. We're now doing Phoenix Comic Con, Tucson Comic Con, Denver Comic Con. Our plan is to hit up Utah next year, possibly, and Dallas. And we're moving eastward from there. And all those deals that are, you've seen the booth. I'm absolutely not trying to pat myself on the back, but this is an immense amount of work and a huge stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This orchestrated thing together. It's like a Broadway production.
Oh, yeah.
So the promoters of all these big shows all over the country are coming and flying into different shows, scouting new talent for their shows.
Yeah.
They're seeing us and they're all coming and saying, "Hey, what do we need to do to get you to our show?" So those are the deals I'm talking about. And once those deals are like etched in stone, then we're going to announce all of that on our Instagram,
Okay.
Facebook, and everyone will know what shows we're going to be at for next year as soon as we get a good schedule.
Yeah. And what is your Instagram so people can follow you?
Superbad Action Figures.
Yeah, so it's simple, Superbad Action Figures. And believe me when I say, because Sideshow stopped going to these shows, this is the centerpiece of any good con floor. You find this and it is beautiful. And we'll do a full tour of this so you can really get an idea of how amazing this setup is.
Check it out. You definitely want to see it.
Yeah, I was talking about this on last week's show. I'm like, this is the booth. I'm going to walk around the whole floor, but this is where I want to showcase because this is the true beauty right here. This is always my favorite place to stop. I mean, I have to sneak in between selling books, but right now it is a beautiful setup, and I hope you blast through and take a lot less home than you brought in because that's always the goal. All right, well, thank you so much for the interview. It's always amazing seeing you, and best of luck at all these other cons, and hopefully we kind of cross paths again, and I'm selling books, and you keep selling the figures.
100%.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
All right, so let's take a look at this booth, because you have to see it to believe it. I mean, it is just the most incredible statues. And sorry about the early start, but Tim is busy. He's setting up, so I wanted to just start the interview early so we could actually get him in here. But we are just going to kind of go through little by little. I'll try to pause as much as I can. But hey, it's YouTube. You can pause yourself if you want to see it longer, because I am going to just kind of want to showcase a little bit of everything. And then we'll go to the rest of the floor. Don't worry. We got the full floor tour, although there's, I don't even know, 3 friggin' areas. So I will do this. I'll do a little bit of Artist Alley so we can at least get you the tour of Finish Line Comics, like always. So we're just kind of going through little by little, show you all these different statues. And these are for sale. I mean, you can come here if you're at LA Comic Con and you've been eyeing one of these statues. They are all for sale at this show. Take them home. I mean, you can walk home with the box. That's the ideal. There's always a few that I'm eyeballing, but as I was telling him, I'm buying less and less. I mean, the UPS guy at my house used to know me, like, oh, he's the guy getting the hot toys. Which one is it today? But unfortunately, had to scale back. Have to decide which thing you're going to spend the money on, and that was keeping a comic book in production, because none of that stuff comes cheap. But you know, it's a love, it's a passion. You do it. Gotta love this Batman 89 right here. I'm not really commenting on each statue, just trying to get you through so you can see each and every one, because they are simply stunning. And I just imagine the logistics of traveling around with all of these statues. I mean, that's when he's saying, you know, the stuff that he has to go through. You can see why other cons would want him to be there in appearance, because they're putting together these statues. They're not just, you know, they're not just selling boxes. So many of the places like this where you see the high-end statues are literally just, they got the boxes on display. You can use your imagination to see them, but no, he puts them out there so you can see them in the flesh and realize, oh my gosh, you know, a box never does anything justice. It's to package it, to keep it safe to get to your house from wherever it's coming from, but you don't look at the box and marvel. You look at the statues in front of you. That's what you marvel at. So just kind of continuing the tour. And I apologize about yesterday not coming in, but I was stuck in LA traffic hell. I arrived at the exit to get to the venue about 45 minutes before the show, before I was supposed to start my live stream. And that 45 minutes ended up turning into 90 minutes hovering for parking. So it was a nightmare experience, but I got it clear. Luckily, I could come in here this morning. I left stupid early o'clock and made sure I was here. And I love the hot toys are the general ones I collect the most. I have a few statues, but you find if you collect the high-end statues, your space deteriorates quickly. So the hot toys, I kind of rotate, and the Deadpool Wolverine ones are great. I love the quarter scale ones that they have. I have a few quarter scales. Again, it's rotating stock in the house. I have to constantly switch out what's on display because you never have room to display everything. Because if you're a collector, if you know, you have so many things. And I actually do have a lot of horror stuff that's about to come out for Halloween. So maybe we can do kind of a collector's corner or something. I can show the different stuff that's coming out for Halloween. So I do have the Lecter that's right here. I have the other Pennywise. And talking about missing pre-orders, I did not pre-order the Sideshow Pennywise, and now of course it's sold out. So if I want it, I'm gonna pay more. So I was saying it, but got to practice what I preach. But again, I haven't pre-ordered anything for quite a while, so I have to make sure when something comes up, because there was also a Predator that I really wanted. I didn't order it, and now it's now out of my realm of being able to afford. I think he has it over there, of course, and it's not going to be at what it cost directly through Sideshow if I had pre-ordered it, and that's on me, because if it's going to sell out, or even if it might, pre-order it. It's your safest bet. You pay your 10 or 20% deposit, and you got it waiting for you when the time comes. And he even gives slight discounts, so it's the way to go. And there it is. That's the one. I missed the feral Predator from the Prey movie, and thought, okay, I'll just grab it when the time comes, when it's in stock, and pick it up at my leisure. And that's not how it goes in the high-end collecting world. You get it if you want it. Don't play games. Get it secured before it's too late. So we got the different Jokers, and I think there's one other row I didn't go down because that's where I was actually interviewing Tim. So we'll get over there, and then we'll explore the rest of the floor, the main hall. They have it subdivided in such weird ways, but just kind of give you a quick view because they're working on this aisle, but you can see kind of the different X-Men themed ones. You have Star Wars themed over here, and a few of the high-end Star Wars statues right here. And now we'll just move around. Let's check out what else is going on at LA Comic Con on the main floor. Like I said, we'll get down to the lower floor as well later on today.
But he wrote for Archie. Yeah. So I didn't. So I didn't know. Like I just
Got some of the indie comics going on right here. Macroverse Media. Some horror stuff. Good. The Video Hero. I believe they were at CreepyCon, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. I'm battling allergies. We have some stickers. Kind of a staple at all cons, just the booths of stickers. Some prop swords. So we're just gonna kind of walk around now. I'm gonna Blair Witch you guys. So do your best not to vomit. And we'll see what's up here. We'll also get down. Like I said, I'll really Blair Witch you going down an escalator. I will try not to fall down an escalator. No one needs that. Might make higher ratings. My epic fail moment, but you know, that's not what I'm going for. So lots of action figures, retro, the toys, kind of what I noticed is up here. Stickers, pins, kind of the customary stuff you see at cons. You can find a little bit of everything if you're in the hunt. And I honestly, this is my legitimate first walkthrough of the con because it's set up, you especially being downstairs in a completely different area, you don't really get the time and opportunity to see what's going on. So I know there's a lot going on this floor, so it's a lot of good stuff, and we'll try to show you as much as possible. If there's a specific booth you're wanting to see that you know, shoot me in the chat the number of the booth, and I will definitely head that way, let you see it, because I'm just moving through kind of a quicker way, trying to get to. So now the VIPs are in. Generally, I'm not racing back to my table because the VIPs aren't racing to get Immortal Era. I'll have it all day. It's, you know, they're more trying to get their autographs, get the things that take the longest, the ones that you're going to be in line for all day long. So that's what the VIPs come into. So those are some cool hats. I need to come back and take a look at this. I love the Venom hat. So we got some great hats going on. Good. Just checking out your hats. I'm doing my live stream. So good morning. Tell us a little bit about your business.
So my business started about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
We're based out of Chandler, Arizona. And really, I wasn't a hat person
Mm-hmm.
until I had a little procedure in my eye.
Mm.
It made me really sensitive to sunlight.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? Let me go buy some hats.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm into comics, cartoons. Couldn't really find any hats that did it for me.
Yeah.
So I bought an embroidery machine and learned how to embroider and started making my own hats.
That's awesome. See, I was thinking it was just New Era hats or something like that, but these are your own, so that is
So these are
incredible.
actually FlexFit hats. So
FlexFit.
I don't actually make the hats. The hats are actually purchased from FlexFits, but the design.
You put the embroidering and all that,
Correct.
so
I did
yeah,
the
just
design, the custom.
check that out.
I digitized them and I embroidered them all on my own.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's take a look. It's FlexCap Designs. Are you on social media?
I'm actually not, and my wife is tearing me up about that. I've
Okay.
never had social media, so for me it's kind of a foreign concept. But
Yeah.
we do plan on getting on social media pretty soon. But we do have the website flexcapdesigns.com.
So yeah, check
where
that out.
We have all of our designs loaded up there.
Yeah, and if you're at LA Comic Con, you don't need to order on the website. You can come in, grab one in person. So beautiful designs. Booth 1621. Come check them out and have a great day.
Thank you.
So we have some shirts, and as you know, anytime I'm doing the walkthroughs. I love to find someone who's willing to do an interview. Tim, him and I have been friends for years, so it's great to actually interview him, talk to him about his passion. Because I mean, all of a sudden, I remember it was in downtown Redlands, and I was just walking around. I think we were getting dinner or lunch, whatever it may be. And all of a sudden, I see this store with nothing but high-end collectibles, much like his booth. Oh, no, thank you. So I see him. He's, I walk in, and it's a store that looks like that, and I fucking lost my mind. Like, holy shit, that is everything I need in my life. My wife would vehemently disagree, I'm sure. Like, you don't need any of that shit in your life. But, we compromise. And if you walk in our house, it is definitely, we have our own collection of nerdy beauty, and, we love it together. And that's a good thing. So you pick the right person who likes that and doesn't tell you throw your toys away. You chose wisely. So yeah, she loves it. She actually has her own little Wonder Woman collection in our house. And yeah, I mean, I've never really done a house tour. Wouldn't do that. But if people really wanted to see kind of some of the collectibles, I'd be happy to walk around, show those off. So we're just kind of going through. It's weird because they're doing construction in the hall this year. So what we have is a very fragmented section. So we have Universal. I'm just coming over to the Mystery Machine right here. And so we are coming here, just kind of going through. And I know these guys. I've been at a couple shows with them. They have a nice display. I apologize if you're just coming in. I was trying to get the interview with Tim, and that was the only time he had available. So I started earlier than I should have. And then also the con starts officially at 9:30, which they changed it this morning. If you look at their schedule, it says 9:30 and 10, and then they changed it to 9 and 9:30, which gotta love when they change things the day of.
Right?
So just kind of going through, taking a look at what we have, kind of moving my pace up because, like I said, it starts officially at 9:30, and that's when I do need to be down and at my table selling stuff, hopefully. Yeah, we're downstairs in it's a parking garage, so a weird location, but they did what they could to kind of get everybody at least set up. So we're just going through. There we go. Just kind of, you see something you want to see closer, just let me know. I'm kind of just moving through, showing what they have around here, let you see. I definitely won't have time to do all of Artist Alley because it's actually pretty big setup for Artist Alley. When you go downstairs, you'll see, and I'll just kind of move around as much as I can before the VIPs roll in. So you have some of the cars. So it's the Tino Evil. I have several of their shirts. They always make good stuff. You can see they were at the Creepy Con as well. I bought a couple for my daughter. She liked their stuff as well. So, all right. Some Marvel Comics library, some gigantic Marvel books. Gotta love that. I love those oversized. My bookshelf doesn't love the oversized books, but they are beautiful because they blow up the art. It really just showcases how good it is. So here's some figures. Again, kind of what I was saying before, like you can get the ones that are displayed. You have Santa hats getting ready for the holidays. I think they announced that next year's show is going to be back in December. It's bounced around. It was December, October, September now this year. So I hope they can just kind of find a date and stick with it, because the bounce around makes it difficult. And this one, all honesty, they should have just delayed it and waited till the convention center was up, running, and fixed, and put it together when it was, built, so we weren't fragmented into 3 different rooms. But that is just my opinion, so yours may vary. It's TC's Rockets right here. Show off what they have going on. TC Rockets, they run RocketCon, which we did a walkthrough earlier this year. Steve and Chase are always great, have always been great to my book. So come around, check out TC Rockets, and they have some great graded stuff, some toys. And if you're in the San Diego area, go to the shop itself, because they have some really cool stuff, vintage and really fun to see. So I highly suggest you get down there. They have a few of the figures that I've been looking for, so I'll get over here later on. So we have some vintage games, toys, chess sets, a little bit of everything. If you're looking for it, you'll probably find it here. They're doing the Stanley Experience. I don't know what I think about that. Actually, I do. Weird AI shit can go away. That's my opinion. But hey, if you paid for it, enjoy it, I guess. Who am I to begrudge you happiness and fun? But if I don't want to watch and talk to and interact with a fake version of anybody, I mean, granted, that's your only way right now, but it just feels like we're stepping closer and closer to being terminated, and maybe we'll have earned it. All right. Just kind of going through, still just going through some stuff. We have a few minutes left before I need to get to back to my booth. We have Terry. I know he's not here at this show. I think his kids are running the booth, but his art is here. So if you like Terry Huddleston stuff, come and pick it up. Yeah, I think he said it was either his son or his daughter would be running the booth, because he's just unavailable this weekend. I believe he's at another different show. So we have the Invincible booth, some cards, some figures.
Good luck today, guys.
We have rugs. It's really cool, because I have my rug in the house is the Han Solo and Carbonite, but it has seen better days, so it's begging for a replacement. And there you go, Christmas gift ideas. If my wife tunes in, it's like, we need a new rug, because poor Han Solo and Carbonite, he's tired. You can see lots of toys, some more swords over here. Comics, of course. I mean, you got to have the comics, the graded, people selling the older back issues. You see that go away, then it's sad, because that just means, all right, we're not at a proper Comic-Con, and the toys and collectibles have kind of overwhelmed what the heart of the Comic-Con actually is. So you want to be able to buy new books, old books, graded books, indie comics. Of course, you go down to Artist Alley, you go to Small Press, that's where you'll find that. This is basically where I was set up last year, and I can see they kind of have everyone spaced out a lot further, but I guess it's because they knew there was no way with the shrunken convention center, because the wall that is over there, which I didn't really show, the wall is knocking down what would have been a huge portion of the actual hall. So we're in aisle 900 right now. So I guess I haven't been really watching what we're on, just because I'm trying to get through as much as possible before time runs out. Right now is still just VIP hours. So, I mean, the good thing is most of the vendors are set up. Sometimes they'll wait to set up, or they'll be setting up because they don't really rush to get ready for the VIPs. So we got movie posters. I think they were at CreepyCon too. You get a lot of the people, see a lot of the same vintage posters, mostly reprints, because the real original ones would cost you a small fortune. All right, so I'm gonna do a couple more rows and then I'm gonna head downstairs, get to Artist Alley itself, where you'll find me, kind of get you the idea if you are coming to the show, because I've had a few people come up to me and say they had a really hard time figuring out where I was located, and that way you can kind of walk. You see, I'm in the main hall right now. This one's the easiest to find, and then I'll kind of take you, how do you get to pardon me, the lower area, and we'll show you that. And then that way, if you want to come, you're looking for Immortal Era, you're looking for any of the other indie comics that are down there, you can find us. So we're just going to kind of, there's a lot more to go, but as I said, I gotta make my way down. So I will do this 800 and 700, and then we will head down. I apologize that it is more abbreviated, but I wanted to show Superbad action figures because I think, in my opinion, that is the coolest setup. I love looking at the high-end statues, even if I can't afford them. It's amazing to see them in the flesh. And I had been wanting to interview Tim for quite some time and kind of hear his story, how he got into it, and how he turned his reptile shop into a high-end collectible shop. And I didn't even remember to ask him if he still did the reptiles. I don't know if he does that as well as the action figures. I'll have to ask him at another time. I mean, I see him at plenty of cons, and it sounds like he's kind of expanding where he's seen, because he's got a lot of I mean, he's got a lot of cons that want to have him there because the sideshow doesn't show up anymore. They used to always go to the different cons, and now they've got to the point that they aren't at the shows. So since sideshow's not showing up, he's the next best thing. I mean, and hopefully he goes to San Diego Comic-Con, because that's one of the big holes at San Diego, is that there's no more sideshow collectibles there. So we are going to circle out now. I'm at the 700, so forgive again the Blair Witchiness of it all. And we'll get outside, and I will take you down to my table, which is in 2, but like I said, we'll see that shortly. Just kind of going through. Love the little film cells that they put into these. That is really cool. Gotta love that. Hi. Let's take a look at what they have. Some really cool books. And you guys were at the CreepyCon, right?
Yes, we were.
Okay, yeah, I remember seeing you there. So how's it going today at the show, or how's it going this weekend at the show?
This weekend's been okay. It's been kind of a steady flow. Friday was a little slow, but it was just slow for everybody. We're all just like
Fridays are the slow days, so
and
yeah,
then,
that's
yesterday it was like, okay, I'm already losing my voice.
that's good.
Yeah.
If you have a voice at the end, it was a bad show.
Yep.
But yeah, come and check out their stuff. They are right under the aisle 700. They have some really cool designs available
We'll give you a sticker.
and a sticker. So come in, get a sticker, and have a great show.
You too.
All right, so we are going to head down, finish this row, head down, and yeah, talk about no voice. I am losing it, but I've had multiple allergy attacks. I'm allergic to everything, so end up with walk by someone wearing cologne, perfume, and then sneeze attack comes, and the voice goes with it. So I brought cough drops and everything like that to battle through the day. And then we are going to head right down. So this is going to be heading to the exits and then down into Artist Alley in our underground parking lot zone. So apologies for not getting through the whole thing. It's a big setup. There's actually another hall that's all anime. I have not stepped foot in there. I don't think I ever have, to be quite honest. I don't think I've ever made it to the anime area. Mainly because when you're exhibiting, you don't really get much chance to explore. This is kind of the largest time of exploration that I get, which is right when I'm doing these walkthroughs. And yeah, I haven't even really walked through all of Artist Alley because I'm right at the end. You find the path to the restroom. That's about as much as you explore any con. I bring my own food and everything, so I don't have to worry about that. So now we are gonna head downstairs. Actually, it looks like maybe it is just VIP still. Maybe they actually did. They were announcing that we had to hurry up and set up, so let's kind of take a look. So we see they are coming up the escalator. We can get a good point of view of all the people that are down there.
Get the stand in the center, please. Get one of the walls.
All right, so we'll keep moving. All right, so we'll go kind of just see. It is a lot of people coming in. And now I will go down the stairs, doing my best not to fall, so just bear with me. So yeah, it sounds like, because they were making announcements this morning that said, hurry up, it starts at 9, and it looks to me like 9:30 is the real deal. So now we're heading downstairs. We are heading to Artist Alley. And we'll head right over to the finish line booth, and that'll be the last place that we stop for the day before we close out this tour. So you go down the escalator, it says Kentia Hall, right outside of the parking structure, because it is a parking structure. Kentia Hall is Artist Alley, but so is somewhere else apparently. And they are crowdfunding. So Kentia Hall, here we go. We are going to head in right now. So it says parking C. That's where you find Kentia Hall. If you're confused, don't worry, you're not alone. Many people are. All right, so now we are in Artist Alley, aka Parking Lot C. And we are heading over right here to the end on the ground, and you will find Finish Line Comics. Yeah, so there's the walkthrough, Matt, and that's, yeah, it was weird because they were announcing the time change, and then I see all those people waiting there and realize it's not a time change. So I really don't know. They had me in a panic because they said, okay, be ready by 9 o'clock, be ready by 9 o'clock. And then at 9 o'clock, I was ready and they weren't. They still got the people down there. So it looks like it was still the 9 and 9:30, not 8:30 and 9. So that kind of made me panic and start earlier. So I do apologize for that. And good morning. Thank you for watching. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. If you're tuning in late, it was traffic nightmare. I got stuck with 2 days in a row of LA traffic nightmare. I missed the concert because I couldn't find a parking spot. I circled for 90 minutes. Then yesterday morning, the main lot was sold out, so I had to drive all around. And I mean, that's never a bad thing. Pay cheaper parking, but the disadvantage was that I lost the time. I lost the 45 minutes of time, actually the 90 minutes of time. But I'll just kind of pull out, show the full shot. Artist Alley is large. This is where some of the celebrities are. Again, it's kind of a mix up of things. So you can see this is where you're going to find your indie comics. This is where you're going to find your great art from different artists. And yeah, it's large, although not the only Artist Alley, which, like I said, makes great confusion when I had people coming up to me frustrated because they could not figure out where I was. But yeah, you got a lot. Like I said, I would love to do a full walkthrough, but I don't know. Now I'm just confused with times and announcements. So I would say this, not to be too mean, but yeah, very disorganized. So take that what you will. But yes, find us at N2 right at the end. And we right to the Pinto in the back. Yeah, this is what it feels like, Chuck. I was laughing because if you look down, I'm like, it's like, all right, compact car spot. We're set up right here in a compact spot. I mean, it is, I don't know. I don't want to talk too much shit about a con I'm working, but dumb idea to put us in a parking lot. But here we are, and I'll make the best of it. So if you're in the LA area, come on by. Say hello at Finish Line Comics. We got lots of stuff for sale. And find my spot right next to the old Pinto. So yes, I am in a compact car spot. So yeah, that is a new one. I can say I've seen a lot of things. This is the first time I have been in a compact car spot. So we are going to close it out today. So thank you so much for tuning in. And we are going to see you next week proper in the studio, or in my office, as it were, talking with some great guests about, I don't know yet. I'll let you know. I'll let them know later this week. So actually, yeah, the Tesla station is down here. I'll go plug my phone in there. It is against, I think, the wall of row Q. So sadly, yeah, I probably could go tune in at the Tesla station. So until next week. And then also Wednesday, tune in. Dash and I will be talking about Tom Waits. So have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you on Wednesday.
If you missed the live viewing of any Madness Entertainment Group production, you can find all our content on Roku or as a member of this channel. We'll see you next time on the Madness Entertainment Group.